I'll wait for you guys. Don't mind the garden. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Rama and I feel lucky to participate in a ritual that so many New Yorkers have experienced at various meaningful moments in their lives, beginning a new chapter by moving to a different part of the city that we call home. We are so grateful to all of those who have already welcomed us to the Upper East Side, and I'm delighted to be back in the borough where I grew up, within walking distance of many of the museums that I went to as a teenager in this city. Most of all, however, we are humbled to be the latest tenants of the People's House, Gracie Mansion. This is a remarkable home with a remarkable history of belonging to the people of this incredible city. Gracie has lived many lives. This property has hosted ice cream and concession stands, public restrooms for visitors to the East River Park, a museum for the public run by the Parks Department, English language classes for immigrants, community sewing and carpentry workshops, and storage for the Parks Department. And that legacy is not one that should be relegated to the past. I want Gracie to continue to belong to the people, to be accessible to the people, and to be shaped by the people. And while there is no security deposit being put down today, Rama and I intend to strive each day to be the best possible custodians of this beautiful home, because we know that we are only its temporary occupants. That doesn't just mean a new coat of paint. It also means being intentional about how this historic property represents the civic fabric of this city, being thoughtful about how we steward this space and opening it up to New Yorkers who are not often the ones who get to visit such a place as this. Above all, while I may be changing where I rest my head at the end of every evening, I will not be changing anything about how I interact with the incredible New Yorkers who call this city home. I will remain in the streets surrounded by the people I have the great privilege of serving. I will continue to take the subway, ride the bus, get on a city bike, and I will never close my ears to the concerns and the opinions of New Yorkers. So for the first time, but certainly not for the last, on behalf of the First Lady and I, welcome to Gracie Mansion. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Hello.
I'm Monica. I'm representing Rampart Radio, Polish American.
Yes, it's good to see you. You're at the McGinnis Boulevard redesign.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Mr. Mayor, Mayor Adams hosted Polish Heritage Night here. Will you continue this tradition?
I have to be honest with you, we haven't yet made decisions about which nights we're going to continue to host and what events will be here, but I can commit to you that this will be a place that New Yorkers will be able to see themselves, not just on TV.
Thank you. I have one up topic too.
Okay, well, sir.
Okay.
Eliza, go ahead. Just going to ask, I know you grew up across the park. If you could tell me a little bit about your relationship with this neighborhood as a kid, museums, doctors, friends, therapists, what's the Upper East Side?
The Upper East Side, to me, a lot of museum visits. Many a time. It's also been where a number of my friends, especially actually after I graduated college, there were a number of friends who lived on the Upper East Side, not too far from here. And also when I trained very slowly for the marathon, I would also run or jog around the Upper East Side.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I wanted to ask you, what do you plan to change inside? Is there anything that Mayor Adams left that you wanted to change in particular? And are you worried at all about the ghosts that the previous mayor had?
A lot of people keep talking about the ghost. I haven't yet met the ghost or heard from the ghost. One thing that we will change is we will be installing a few bidets into Gracie Mansion. That's an aspirational hope. We'll see if we can actually get it done.
Hi, Mayor Adams said earlier today he left you a note. Have you found it yet?
No. Did he say where he left it?
No, I
guess
I could tell you.
I'll go looking for it. I haven't seen the note. In Gracie Mansion?
He said inside, yes.
Cool.
And then I know you've talked about getting a cat.
Yeah.
Are you?
I am currently getting my allergy shots so that I can fight off my allergy to cats. And that's the hope.
Yeah, Morgan. Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, Morgan, how's it going?
Good. Just trying to get details on when exactly are you moved in now? Are you fully moved in?
Today is moving day.
Today is moving
So
day.
tonight will be the first night that I sleep in Gracie Mansion.
And your favorite mayor, LaGuardia, he used to call this Gracie Farm. Have you thought about calling it something else besides Gracie Mansion? It's not the people's house. It's a different house.
I know. No, for now, I'm going to keep calling it Gracie Mansion. But if I have any updates, I'll let you know. Thank you.
Yeah, Andrew.
Now that you're on the Upper East Side, where are you getting your bagels and lox?
Got to be Bagel Shop. That's my pick for right now. I've been there a couple times. It's pretty great. If you have any additional recommendations, do let me know, though.
And then Andrew, go ahead.
Yes. Hey, I'm just wondering, when you refer to this as the people's house, how do you anticipate Gracie Mansion being available to the public? For example, Mayor Bloomberg didn't live here, would occasionally host functions here, but it's still not something that's particularly accessible or available to people in New York City. So have you thought about that at all in terms of how people can access this?
That's going to be one of the focuses as we move into this home, is how to make it more than a place that you can only visit on a particular event of one kind or the other. And I say that as a New Yorker who had been here for one such event, not too many years ago, and also as a legislator who came here for meetings. But I think it's, as you say, it's important that New Yorkers understand this is a place that they can also come to. So that'll be something that we'll be thinking about.
Hi, Mayor Mamdani.
How's it going, Katie?
I know that there's a staff that works at Gracie Mansion. Do you intend to keep the same staff, whether it's the chefs or the other people that work inside Gracie Mansion, I guess, for you and your wife?
Well, I can tell you that over these past 12 days, the incredible staff, especially of the Parks Department, have been hard at work in getting this home ready, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for them and the work that they've done.
Are you going to keep the same chef? Because I know Mayor Adams has had, obviously, claimed to eat a vegan diet. Will you have a particular dietary preferences, or will you keep the same chef?
No pork.
It's the same as Mayor Adams.
but actually, yeah.
I assume you're not holding on to your Astoria one-bedroom. Can you talk a little about break the lease? You got your security deposit
So
back?
I can't quite hear you.
Break the lease on the Astoria one-bedroom? What's the status of that apartment?
My lease ends at the end of this month.
Any discussions of security deposit?
I'm sorry?
Any discussions of a security deposit?
The security deposit is being put towards the final month.
We'll have a few minutes for off-topic questions as well. Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
How's it going? Congrats on the move. Who are you here with today?
Cranes.
Okay.
I'll be asking you on behalf of someone else next week. With the state of the state tomorrow
Yes.
and the governor's budget next week, could you give any insight into what your insight is right now on taxation? I know the child care announcement, the governor said it will be for existing revenues, but do you have any sense of your openness on corporate taxes, for example?
Yeah, I am looking forward to returning back to Albany tomorrow for the State of the State, and also to return back to another people's house in the Assembly, and also to visit the State Senate. And it's an opportunity for me to not only celebrate the partnership with the governor on starting to deliver universal child care here in New York City, but also a new kind of partnership between the city and the state, because for far too long that has been a relationship framed more by dysfunction than it has been by any kind of dedication to the same set of constituents. But I will have more to share tomorrow.
Since you won't be serving pork, it will be my honor to be hosted in your kitchen. A two-part question.
Please.
Do you think that it's fair to criticize the timing of your Friday statement on that protest? Many had condemned it in the morning. It took a little while for you. And second, the Office to Combat Anti-Semitism, the current employee will probably leave at the end of the week. Do you plan to announce somebody who will replace him, or this office will be vacated for the time being?
That's one of the positions that we are looking to fill within our city government. And I think the most important thing for New Yorkers is to know that they have a mayor who is firmly committed in rooting out the scourge of anti-Semitism across the city. And that is a commitment that I've made, and one that I intend to fulfill and showcase not only through my words, but also through my actions.
But just the criticism of the timing of your statement, do you feel that it took you a while, or that the standard that you feel it was your initial response?
I was asked a question earlier that afternoon, to which I said much of what I have said since, which is that that language is wrong and it has no place here in our city. And there is no place for the support for a terrorist organization. And that is something that I will always share with New Yorkers. It is a part of my principles of politics, which is to actually stand up for the humanity of all people.
Annie.
Thank you. Hi, Mayor.
Hi, Annie.
What do you plan to take with you to Albany tomorrow to help to push that agenda State of State Day? And secondly, do you intend to speak with the governor or other lawmakers about free buses as part of that agenda? You guys got a childcare announcement last week. What about part two?
I'm going to be speaking with legislative leaders and legislators, as well as the governor, about the entirety of our affordability agenda and the fiscal health of the city. And I'll be going up with a few members of my team. We're finalizing the exact specifics of who it will be, but we will, at the very latest, you'll see them tomorrow, but we may tell you in advance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Mayor.
How's it going, sir?
Good, thank you. A pair of Staten Island churches saw acts of vandalism in recent weeks. Early reporting have indicated the individuals who committed those acts had some mental health issues. I just wanted to see if you would like to comment specifically on those acts of vandalism, if you've seen them, and if you could give us an update on what's going on with the Department of Community Safety.
I haven't seen them as yet, so I'll give you a comment once I have, but thank you for flagging that for me. That's something that my team and I will follow up on. And the Department of Community Safety continues to be a focus for us, and we've been holding interviews for high-level positions within it. And it is all a reflection of the fact that we need to create a means by which police officers can focus on policing and that we can actually address the now more than 200,000 calls they receive on an annual basis tied to the mental health crisis. Thank you, boss.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, Heather.
Welcome to the Upper East Side.
Thank you.
I recommend Madwa on 84th and York.
Can you say it one more time?
Madwa.
Madwa?
84th and York, $2
Okay.
iced coffees.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
My
you.
question, there was a commercial building collapse in the Bronx just before this press conference started. Have you been briefed on that? Do you plan to head to that scene at all tonight?
I haven't been briefed on that, but I'm very thankful to have an incredible deputy mayor for operations, and that's exactly who I'll be in touch with right after this press conference.
Okay, last one right here. Go ahead.
Me?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, do you envision any cooperation with DHS in any area like gang activity or terrorist activity? And also, would you say that any action of DHS actually contributed to the safety of New York City for the last year? Thank you.
So I can tell you that my guiding principle is to follow the law. And the laws that we have here in New York City, especially our sanctuary city policies, they prohibit coordination with ICE agents, for example, if they want to enter into a city property without a judicial warrant signed by a judge. However, what it does permit is the coordination between city and federal government on around 170 crimes if someone has been convicted of that. And so I think that's an example to where the kind of coordination is permitted. The issue, however, is that what we see time and time again is the focus of ICE's activities and much of the federal government's as it pertains to immigration enforcement is more to do with people whose only crime is simply being here in New York City. And I've shared this directly with the president. I've also said it in public that I believe that these raids are cruel and inhumane, and they don't do anything actually to serve the interests of public safety.
Cooperate with DHS on some of the issues.
On those 170 serious crimes, yes, as by the law.
Do you think what they did for the last year contributed to the safety?
Look, I can tell you that as the mayor right now, so often the language of safety is used to justify the actions of immigration enforcement, and I haven't seen much of those actions creating that safety. What I've seen instead is a deep sense of anxiety for many New Yorkers as to whether they will be subject to some of the kinds of actions we've seen both here in this city and across the country. Thank you all so much.
Mayor, if the
Thank you,
governor
guys.
doesn't mention anything about free buses, will you feel disappointed?